I just bought myself a grain crusher or roller. I got it found it on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm just going to flip you around. So I've been struggling, I've been trying for quite a while to find whole organic grains and then crush them myself, and I think I found a supply of them. So the reason why I want to do that is that the minute you process a grain, so if you crush it, roll it, do whatever with it, it starts to go rancid, whereas if you leave the grain whole, it'll keep for much longer. So if I can buy whole grains, I can just then crush them as I need it. This is a PTO driven one. It's an old piece of kit, probably way older than me, but it's a very simple piece of kit. Just 2 rollers, 4 bearings. You hook your PTO on here, and then you put the grain into the hopper. There's a little discharge here where you can adjust the amount of grain going in. You can adjust the tension, puts on the rollers, and then the rolled or crushed grain comes out down the bottom there. Very simple piece of kit. It weighs an absolute ton. I'm down at my dad's farm here because he's got a forklift for the tractor, so I'm going to lift it off. And more than likely, if we're getting organic whole grain, it's going to come in a ton bag, so I'll be using the same forklift to lift off the ton bag. So we'll probably do all the processing down here. So I got to get this strapped off and lifted off. I'm just in a small polytunnel here, and this little tunnel has been invaluable. I bought it just over a year, about 18 months ago. Bought it brand new. I think it was maybe €1,000, and it's paid for itself 10 times already. I overwintered my layers in here last year. We've had turkeys in here, we've had broilers in here. It's been used for storage, we're using it for propagation, and now the latest animal to come to the farm is going to stay in here. Yes, we are getting goats. I've always wanted to try goats. I've never had goats before, but I'd like to try them. So this is just a kind of experimental. We're going to get a couple of goats. Now I had seen a young nanny goat with 2 female kids, and rung up the guy. Yeah, no problem, come pick it up. Then he texted me the next day to say that he sold it. So I've actually found another goat now. It's a little bit older. It's a 4-year-old goat, and she's got a male kid with her. And I'm also on the lookout. I'd like to get maybe 2 or 3 goats this year, and just see how I can manage them on the farm. Do they fit into the system that I run here or not? My plan is to keep them in here. I'm going to make a little pen for them, and on the bad days I'll keep them in here, and then as the weather gets better I'll let them out onto the grass in the summertime. So I got to get a pen made up here for them. This nanny goat has got a kid. He's born on the 15th of January, so he's coming close to weaning time. I want to try and milk her, so I might maybe keep him separated at night with a gate, and then milk her in the morning, and then let him suck on her all day. I'm just going to figure it out as I go along. That's our setup. Pretty much, probably even too big for just 1 goat and 1 kid, but I'm hoping, as I said, to get maybe 3 goats eventually, but this will do for now. We're on a deep bedding. This is there's a lot of carbon still in this, so we'll use this for a while. I imagine I'll probably then need to start to use straw. It depends on the weather. If I can get them out every day, then and once the weather picks up, I'll keep them outside. But I've got the ply, which will hopefully stop them going at the plastic. I've got some hay for them because goats need plenty of roughage, fibre. They definitely won't survive on just a grass diet. It's too rich for them, so I'm going to give them plenty of fibre, give them some water, and I think this will do the job. Just heading off to collect our goats, and I suppose this is kind of how we introduce enterprises onto the farm. We like our pigs, we started almost 3 years ago. We started with pigs, and we just started with 3 pigs, never done pigs before, didn't know what they were about or how to manage them, researched it all, got some pigs and just went at it, and yeah, that went well. We ate all that pork ourselves, done 3 more and fine-tuned all the systems, figured out how I could scale it up, looked at the economics, the costs, and now this year we're probably going to do maybe 8 pigs, 7 or 8 pigs. So that was a 3-year process. Last year we introduced ducks to the farm for the first time, and we just hatched out a couple of ducks and had them around, got to figure out their characteristics. Probably maybe going to do 20 ducks this year on the farm, again for ourselves, we'll eat all them, but that'll give us a good idea about how to manage the ducks, and also all the economics of it. If we could scale that up into a bigger, it wouldn't be a centerpiece enterprise, but it'd be a little side enterprise on the farm. And so I'm at stage 1 with the goats here now. Well, we're technically stage 2. Stage 1 was to research and figure out as much as I could about them. So now we're on stage 2, which is to get some animals on the farm and see how we feel for them. There's 2 reasons why I like the idea of goats. One is I don't produce my own dairy, and it's something I really want to do. And cows are a bit big for the farm I have. I feel we're only on like 6 acres of grassland. They're just a bit too much of a commitment for me right now, so I feel like a goat would be a good compromise there. I can still get dairy, I can still produce my own milk. And the second thing is, we do produce a lot of grass on the farm, and at the minute we're converting that into lamb, and it's just not very economical. It's just very difficult to make money producing lamb. And I thought if I could maybe convert that grass into something like goat's milk, then it'll be more economical, it'll be just more profitable, it'll be better use of that grass, because we work so hard to produce really nutrient dense grass on the farm, and then we're definitely not utilising the best of that value by turning it into lamb. So that's kind of my thinking behind it, but that's obviously a very simple version of how you would look at this. So yeah, I'm going to get the goats and see how we get on with them. Well, finally I have goats on the farm. Just picked these 2 guys up this morning, and they're starting to settle in. So this is a 4-year-old, she's really a Saanen Nubian cross, but puts a lot more of this Sennen in her. And her kid here, this is her male kid, she actually had twins. She had a female and a male, and the guy had promised the little female to his neighbour, so he couldn't sell her to me, and she was beautiful. She was a lot of similar markings to the female here, and their father was Nubian as well, so really happy with her. This little guy, he's almost 8 weeks old, and I just noticed that she's starting to try and wean him because of his little horns. But I'm going to try and milk her for a little bit. I've never milked a goat, so that's going to be fun, but I'm going to give that a go. I need to build a stanchion, and maybe I can milk her for a little bit. Just trying to get them transitioned over now. I need to go, she was being fed corn and some dairy nuts, so I'm going to go and get her some of that, so that her food's the same, and I'll slowly transition her over to a little bit of organic, probably sheep nuts, just for when I'm milking her, and then she'll be on hay and grass thereafter. But yeah, they're settling in well. I'm really happy with them. To be honest, just feel like they're really nice animals, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know them. Okay, so I tried milking her out. I just tried pushing her into the corner, but it was a bit problematic, so I literally spent 10 minutes here. I had the saw out because I was making a door for the brooder, so I spent 10 minutes making a stanchion, and this is all just random offcuts of timber. Whenever I'm doing projects, I keep all the offcuts in a pile, and I've got it pretty much where I want it. So this one is fixed. I'm going to make this one movable. Got a little tray screw down here. I can put some nuts in there to entice her onto the stanchion. I just need to get her up now and set this guy up to the right position, and then what I'll do is I'll have this here on a hinge, and it'll just, wherever is the right place, I'll have this come down, and that'll mean then this will go tight against it, She'll have her head in here, she can eat her nuts. I gotta go, I've got 2 scrap pieces of ply that can put a floor in this. Ideally it would be mesh, but I'm just making this up out of scrap really quick. And what I'll do is I'll just use this and I'll kind of figure out exactly how I want it set up, and then I'll probably make a proper one at some point. This is going to get me out of a pinch. That's it for this video, guys. I just finished my first milking. It went better than I expected. This goat has been hand milked in the past, so she's pretty good. But I was too busy trying to figure out what to do to record it, so hopefully I'll record it one of the next times. But I'll see you again soon, guys. Thanks for watching.